disclaimer, I got a new camera, so it might be weird. The colors might be off. I just wanted to let you guys know. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. The moment Batman begins to fall isn't with the city in ashes or a night in disgrace. No, it all starts with a single twisted night in a madhouse. Batman Arkham Asylum wasn't just a game that changed the way we look at superheroes. It was a psychological trap perfectly set by the Joker to plant the seeds for the entire Arkham Trilogy. In this video, we're going to break down how Joker's all-night party, terrible music and worst party favors included, was actually the first and most important move in his long game to finally break the bat. When Rocksteady dropped Arkham Asylum in 2009, it blew everyone's mind and completely redefined what a superhero game could be. It wasn't just about feeling powerful, it was a tense, atmospheric, and deeply psychological trip into the darkest corners of Batman's world. Looking back though, its real genius isn't just in the gameplay, it's in how the story is built. Penned by the legendary Paul Dini, the plot establishes the one conflict that drives the entire series, the battle for Batman's very soul. This isn't just about stopping a riot, this is about watching one man get systematically taken apart by his arch nemesis, piece by piece in a crucible specifically designed to shatter his mind. This is where it all begins. The affection in Arkham City, the psychological warfare of Arkham Knight, it all starts here. Well, kinda. This is a story of how Joker turned Batman's greatest fortress into his own personal playground. And in doing so, started a war he was dead set on winning one way or another. Hey, thank you guys for getting that video to 700 views, and the retention rate was fucking great. So I guess, yeah, this is part 2 to the Batman trilogy of like the 4 games. If y'all want part 3, give me the 2 likes, and yeah, that'd be it. The game kicks off with a scene we've seen a dozen times. Batman has caught the Joker and is personally driving him back to Arkham Asylum. The Batmobile screams through the gates, a symbol of order locking chaos back in its cage. On the surface, it's a win, but right from the jump, something feels completely off. Batman even says it himself.
Warden, something's not right. I'm going with him.
That one line is the key to everything. This isn't a capture, it's a delivery service. Joker isn't being locked up, he's arriving. He wanted to literally be there. That convenient fire at Blackgate Prison, that just so happened to transfer his entire gang to Arkham, that wasn't an accident, it was a one step in his master plan. As you walk Joker deeper into the asylum's rotting halls, the atmosphere is just suffocating. The building itself feels sick, it's all peeling paint, flickering lights, and the distant echoing screams of the damned. The inmates are yelling at you, their voices a constant, creepy chorus promising the violence they know is coming. Rocksteady didn't just build a level, they built a feeling. It's the feeling of walking straight into a trap, the sense of dread that just tightens your stomach. And then it happens. Joker in handcuffs breaks free so easily it's almost an insult. The lights go out, the inmates are loose, and one triumphant laugh. The Joker announces that the lunatics are officially running the asylum. Batman, now trapped on an island, surrounded by an army of his worst enemies, all handpicked for tonight's main event. Joker's opening move isn't just about chaos, it's about total control. He's flipped Batman's world on its own head, turning a secure facility into his own coliseum. With the flip of a switch, Arkham Island becomes the Joker's kingdom, and suddenly, Batman is no longer the hunter, he's the hunted. Joker's voice is everywhere, booming over the PA system like the world's most psychotic DJ.
Harley tells me that the Batman's car is still parked just outside the intensive treatment building. Now, we can't just have him up and leave us.
Every villain Batman runs into feels less like a random encounter and more like a deliberate piece being moved on Joker's chessboard. He unleashes Victor to test Batman's reflexes. He also orchestrates a showdown with Bane to showcase the island's corruption. And as Batman navigates this island-wide riot, we get to use one of the most game-changing mechanics of the era, the Freeflow combat system. It's a brutal, elegant dance of punches, kicks, and counters that make you feel more like you are Batman. But from a story perspective, it's so much more. The combat is a physical proof of Batman's discipline, his absolute control over any situation. Every perfect counter is a clear statement, I am in control. And that's exactly what makes the perfect tool for Joker's psychological game. He's watching Batman's flawless fighting, and he doesn't even see an obstacle, he sees a challenge. His goal tonight is not to find a way just to overwhelm the Batman with numbers, but to find a way to shatter that very control. He knows that if he can make Batman lose his rhythm, make him stumble, make him doubt himself even, he can win the war in his mind. Just when you think you figured out the game, the thugs, the stealth, the combat, Joker flips the board right over. He unleashes Scarecrow. The Scarecrow sequences in Arkham Asylum are the narrative and thematic heart of the entire game. They're the moment Joker's plan beyond a physical attack and becomes a direct surgical strike on Batman's mind. The world literally breaks him. The camera starts glitching and the familiar halls of Arkham twist into a surreal, nightmarish hellscape. Suddenly, Batman isn't in a real place anymore. He's trapped inside of his own mind. And what does Scarecrow decide to target? The one wound that never ever healed, the murder of his parents. We're forced to relive that night in Crime Alley, not as a memory, but as a fresh repeating trauma. Is he really a hero fighting for justice, or is he just a broken man stuck in a never-ending cycle of revenge? These nightmares suggest that maybe the cape and cowl aren't a symbol of strength, but just a mask for unresolved pain. The Joker is using Scarecrow as a scalpel. He's using him to find the cracks in Batman's psychological armor. By weaponizing Batman's past, Joker is testing a theory that can the bat be broken from the inside out. As Batman digs deeper, he uncovers the Titan Project. Dr. Penelope Young has been using a sample of Bane's blood to create a super steroid secretly bankrolled by the Joker. On the surface, it's a classic supervillain plot. The Titan formula is a dark, twisted mirror version of Batman himself. Batman is a peak human potential through discipline and hard work. The Titan is a cheap shortcut to its power. The Titan represents everything Batman stands against. Power without discipline, strength without control. These mindless monsters break the rhythm of Freeflow combat system, forcing Batman to change his strategy up. The whole conspiracy drives home that uncomfortably similarity between the hero and his villains. Joker's plan is basically asking, what's the real difference between a man who chooses to become a symbol of fear and a man who's turned into a monster by a chemical? The endgame doesn't start with a punch, it starts with a betrayal of rules. Joker realizes he can't beat Batman at his own game, so he changes the game entirely. He shoots Batman with the Titan Dart, forcing the infection directly into his veins.
No! Batman! Get away!
Here we go! We're gonna have some fun now, kiddies!
You're trying to resist the change! That's not fair! Come on, get in!
This is Joker's I told you so moment. He wants to prove that deep down, Batman is just as ugly and volatile as the rest of Arkham. But even after being imprisoned, Batman refuses to give in. So, Joker decides if he can't bring Batman down to his level, he'll meet him at the top, and he ejects himself with a massive overdose.
Nothing to live for.
Joker transforms into a grotesque, muscle-bound Titan, a literal monster to match his internal one. Batman is now trapped in a race against time. He has to fight off the physical giant, while his own body is trying to mutate into the very own thing he's fighting. If Batman uses the Titan power to win, he loses his humanity. If he doesn't, he dies. But Batman finds the narrowest path through. He uses the antidote on himself, not to fully heal, but to stay human enough to win the fight with his own two fists. However, the victory is strained. While Batman saved his soul, Joker's body is already failing. The Titan formula has started mutating Joker's blood into eternal neurotic plague. Joker may have been hauled back to a cell, but he left a piece of his own slow death inside his greatest enemy. As the sun rises over Arkham Island, a fragile order is restored. But this isn't a perfect ending, it's a chilling prologue. Arkham Asylum remains a masterpiece because it understands a fundamental truth. Batman's greatest battles aren't fought with gadgets, but with psych. Joker didn't break Batman's will that night, but he finally found the cracks. I'm really not asking for a lot, guys. I just want y'all to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Road to 200 subs on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya. Bye.